Metaphor back for more to kick the raw, represent everyone's you and I verse. We're gonna do a video on the moon of Sagittarius with the sun in Virgo. But first, we're gonna kick this off with the verse by Dirty Sanchez. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. And we're gonna go ahead and play my joint as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to I'm saying if I you know what I'm saying, if I you know what I'm saying tonight. Yeah, it is. But yeah, go ahead, get into it. Put some money on the ground for me. They're building counters in my hood. The concept's so destructive. The concept I cannot. We gotta counter the production. Pulling up to the function. You function the fuck my feng shui. Go that way. No way she'll get around it. Beat up the box till I knock out towns. Money I ball till I clock out. Can't say nothing to me. I don't talk back unless an invoice included. I don't pull up the venue with super exclusive. No more whack excuses. You like my old bit type excluded. Type executed. Off with the edge of state. Overthrow the government. Need a new mandate. If you can relate. Private prisons, it's a new slave trade. I want to free my sons till they free my sons. Then I free my mind like they free my son. I gotta feed my son. Can't breathe, the water ain't clean. And Biggie told me it was all a dream. We're gonna play this drum from the top, you dig? Moon in Sagittarius, sun in Virgo. Your influence on all signs. We're gonna break down everybody's rising signs. With the marijuana, king stroke like Wisconsin. Where my eyes can find closed, done open up doors. My mustard seed, it grows on. Now through the heart, I'm reborn. When you die, we look how you synthesize. Define how I stay alive. Survival tactics, governmental gangs, I face factions. Mob hop, lethal weapon, never half stepping. Million man march, I'm 1,000,001. The rhyme be the scenery shit. I'm high as it get. Gods to survive the broadness. That's how the hood go, you heard? Never be the scenery shit. I'm high as it get. Gots to supply the broadness. Hey yo, first verse. Conscious, flip a continental plate, tectonic shit. Matter like my phonics, MC, atomic. I never kick my feet up, less I'm kicking the verse. How you got pissed, conscious. Never switch, I said I see the disconnect. Organization, truthfully put us all in categories. So you ask me what I am or what I'm not. Now this is the real hip hop. I puff pop, never touch blocks. It's what I create. Could have me in the casket, hopefully. And the voice forever globally. Shit, universe is just a city to me. Universe is just a city to me. What up, y'all? You heard? The rhyme be the scenery shit. I'm high as it get. Gots to supply the broadness. If I die tonight, if I die tonight, if I die tonight, pour some Henny on the ground for me. Pour some Henny on the ground for me. If I die tonight. They building counters in my hood. The concepts are so destructive. The concept can't gotta counter the production. You funked up my feng shui and tell your bitch to go that way. I'm a one-way street, no way she'll get around it. Beat up the box till I knock out towns. Money I bought till I clock out. Invoice included. Super exclusive. Whack-ass excuses. Type excluded. Type executed. Off with the heads of state. Overthrow the government. Be the new mandate. And chains in private prisons is the new slave trade. I said it's free my son till they free my son. And it's free my mind like the Freemason. I gotta feed my sons. Can't breathe, the water ain't clean. And Biggie told me it was all a dream. Alright, Metaphor 7-7, about to kick a verse, you heard? Hey yo! Drop off the mic in your cranium. It's I into the titanium. It's steel sharp as steel. You know my steezo. I sent the races to the killing fields. But Johnny trained him. Johnny dangerous, conscious. Can't contain him. Haters by cannot face. Flow on point as a laser beam through your steel. Fuck the mask off, hit to save all. I can't believe today was a good day. Now disbelievers telling me I'm not gifted. In a few years, gonna be stealing my style. Shoplifting, incandescent, true MC, I really rep this. And all more till I see through perception. AK, my breath and words, create this intervention. Passion in denial. That's defiance of the first step. Ha! You in the first step. Hold up, check. Let me grasp that. Can they grasp that? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple of these. Shout out to Red Eye Jedi. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to G. And shout out to him, like I say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T Chris. You dig? Go ahead and read this. And then shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Ed Himothy said I look like Ed Sheeran. Shout out to Ed Sheeran. But yeah, I'm not gonna play another song. I'm saying, so yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, you dig? And we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Shout out to Sab24, you dig? And IPPO edits, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what that means, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and break down all the rising signs. First house, rising and ascendant. And we're gonna start off with Sagittarius, based on the moon being in Sagittarius, right? And keep in mind, moon in Sagittarius is being in a state where you feel emotionally comfortable expanding or escaping. And that's going to be pretty much the whole premise throughout this whole video, right? So we have Sagittarius, first house, rising and ascendant in the first house, right? So it's going to have the moon in the first house being personally comfortable expanding or escaping. And how I like to break down the first house, essentially, nobody can be you but yourself. And with that being said, so like you got to kind of pretty much accept yourself to be in a more beneficial state whenever you have the moon in the first house. So feel comfortable with your own personal affairs and your individuality, and feel comfortable expanding oneself. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how you get to the higher octave. Go ahead and read this comment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, I think that's all good stuff. You say you are such an amazing person, Lindsay Van D Steg. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You are such an amazing person. You are inspiring people that don't even know. Keep striving and be the best person you could be. I salute that. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, Taylor. I'm very grateful. I mean, Lindsay, my fault. I don't know why I said Taylor. But yeah, shout out to Lindsay. And moving forward, we have the moon in Scorpio, Scorpio, first house, rising and ascendant, having the moon in Sagittarius in the second house for them, right? In the second house is all about your values. So your values of a person, place, thing, or idea. So essentially, you're valuing being around people and expanding with these other people, or you're escaping being around people. You kind of want to be a little bit more recluse at this point in time on the lower octave. And I'm saying the places that you're in. Essentially, you want to expand and be around new circumstance situations, so you feel comfortable traveling at this point in time. That's kind of like another way to look at it. Or like I say, you're escaping to be, I'm saying, in your own space to a point where you don't really want to be around others. That's another way you could look at it. And then things and ideas, it's like you either want to have more ideas or be more wise about your ideas and the things that you're saying, having value in, or you're kind of escaping that. So yeah, just keep that in mind, that you're either expanding or escaping based on what you value at this point in time, being a Scorpio rising. And moving forward, the Libra first house, rising and ascendant, is having the third house being a Sagittarius. And keep in mind, this is a sextile for the Libra. So the Libra is able to see the opportunity. It's like, okay, who do I actually want to relate to expand with in my environment? So essentially, you're in the environment, either expanding or escaping that environment. So it's like the people that you're around, you feel comfortable expanding with them. Or you're saying, I don't really want to be around these individuals, and my environment's making me feel uncomfortable to a point where you just kind of want to escape that environment. So that's that higher or lower octave. It's either on the higher octave, you want to expand in your environment, talk with more individuals, and you're feeling comfortable doing that, or you're kind of in a space where you just want to escape your environment and kind of just get up out of there. I'm saying you don't feel comfortable relating. So then moving forward, the Virgo first house, rising and ascendant, is having the fourth house being in Sagittarius. And actually, I got my little template. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, keep on reading off my computer. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you should really have a template that you follow. And if you give some advice to my fellow content creators, you really do want to have a template that you follow, so that way you don't get lost. You know what I'm saying? You don't get just kind of like brain dead, so to speak. You'd be like, what am I actually talking about? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause some people be saying wild things. And you actually, you know what I'm saying, you'll kind of get lost sometimes. So like, for example, like this individual said, keep reading off the computer and look at the camera. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm doing both. You see what I'm saying? So if you was really a content creator and you really was trying to teach, then you would actually be more knowledgeable and wise about what you're talking about. Dude said, who's my favorite rapper? Me. Yeah, I'm not going to make nobody a mod. I'm saying until they prove like actually Nobody's a moderator until they prove worthy to be a moderator. You know what I'm saying? Somebody actually got to be able to help me out in a certain type of way, or actually be able to be beneficial to the channel. So like, you know what I'm saying? Keep on tapping in and maybe we'll think about it. At the end of the day, you kind of got to get you an actual, a real, you know what I'm saying, picture. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be the letter G and think I'm going to make you a moderator. It shows that you might just be a bot. But yeah, moving forward, the, I ain't say you was mid, but I'm just saying, bro, get you a, you know what I'm saying, get you a profile picture and get you a YouTube channel and get your own movement moving, you know what I'm saying? I'll think about it. But yeah, moving forward, the Virgo first house rising and ascendant, they're in a space where they have to learn at this point in time, learn to be more expansive in their home and learn to be more open to other people that have emotions that are close to their heart. So like essentially you're expanding the home or expanding in your home and emotions in the home, or you're escaping to a point where it's like, I don't actually feel like getting into how other people feel about that or people's extreme emotions based on how we're interacting and things of that nature, to a point where it's like, if the Virgo actually decides that they actually want to have a learning process to a point where they feel comfortable expanding their personal life, then they're in a beneficial state. But if they're in the opposite end, they're in a space where they're kind of like being in a state where they don't really want to learn, like to a point where they don't want to learn what you got going on. They just kind of want to stay to themselves and things of that nature. But yeah, moving forward, the Leo first house rising and ascendant is having the fifth house being in Virgo. Pardon me, the fifth house being in Sagittarius. We just broke down Virgo. But like I say, Leo first house rising and ascendant is having the fifth house being in Sagittarius. And the fifth house is all about your expression. So keep in mind, you're either expanding in your expression or you're escaping to a point where it's like, I don't really feel comfortable expressing myself on the lower octave. You don't feel comfortable pretty much being yourself. So like how I like to break down the first and the fifth house is like, it's either you feel comfortable being yourself and being your own skin and like actually expressing yourself, or you feel uncomfortable being in your own skin and expressing yourself. So essentially I would just say accept whatever you have to express. I'm saying go ahead and let that be free. I'm saying let yourself be free. And keep in mind, Sagittarius is like the freedom or the escaping sign. I'm saying it's like to a point where it's either they're like a fight or flight sign. So it's like they're going to be in a state where, I'm saying, if you have the moon of Sagittarius in your chart, you're going to be a very knowledgeable and wise individual. But when it comes to certain aspects, you might be too wise for your own good. I'm saying, so to speak. So like I say, Leo, first house rising ascendant, for y'all, I'm saying you have the gift to be in a state where you can actually expand in your expression. So like you can actually learn to be more wise about how you express yourself at this point in time if you actually take part in, I'm saying, communicating and expressing yourself. Shout out to Ahmed Ibrahim, saying, how am I doing? I'm doing well, you know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful to be here, you know what I'm saying? Grateful for everybody taking the time, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for hitting the like button. I'm very grateful for y'all that have already done that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, you feel me? And don't be a goofy. I'm saying don't be a returning viewer to a point where you're watching all my videos, but you're not subscribed. So you like gotta actually like go through all of YouTube to actually find a good video. You know what I'm saying? So don't play yourself. DJ Khaled voice, you played yourself. But yeah, moving forward, Cancer first house rising and ascendant is having the sixth house being the Sagittarius, and the sixth house is all about your routine, pattern, and your work. You know what I'm saying? Or also like worrying. So essentially, you're either escaping your routine and pattern or escaping at work, or you're expanding to a point where it's like, oh, I'm actually learning more about what I got going on in my work and things of that nature. Or to a point where it's like, I don't really feel comfortable being here. I need to find a new job, so to speak. So yeah, keep that in mind. And so on the higher octave, you feel comfortable expanding. I'm saying go ahead and fight to expand. Or you're in a state where you're in like a lower octave where you actually kind of want to escape your work. You want to escape your routine and pattern to a point where it's like, I feel comfortable putting myself in a state where I'm kind of just escaping the world. Moving forward, the Gemini rising, first house in the ascendant, is having the seventh house being in Sagittarius. And keep in mind, Gemini is in opposition. So like they can either add on or oppose to the Sagittarius energy. So essentially you're either adding on or opposing to a relationship. So it's like, do you feel comfortable expanding and learning more about who you're relating to on the higher octave, or you're on the lower octave to a point where it's like everybody that you're relating to, you actually see that they're not very wise, I'm saying, and non-knowledgeable kind of thing. So like you kind of want to accept who you're relating with. And like I say, kind of in the last video, it's like you're in a state where you can learn. That's like I was breaking down the moon opposing Jupiter at this point in time. It's like if you keep to yourself and actually keep your mind open to what other people have to say, you can know what they know and you can know what you know, so you actually become more wise in general. So yeah, moving forward, the Taurus first house rising and ascendant is having the 8th house being in Sagittarius. So the 8th house is all about transformation, behind the scenes, secrets, and things of that nature. And just because you spend the chat don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's watching anyway. You know what I'm saying? I salute y'all. I salute y'all for watching. And if you actually paying attention and learning from something from this, I'm very grateful. But if you just kind of like on here to spam the chat, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're just kind of talking to yourself. But yeah, moving forward, the Taurus first house rising and ascendant. Remember someone said something about Taurus earlier, so this is your time to shine. So Taurus is in a state where they have to transform, you know what I'm saying? And transformation leading to expansion or escaping. So essentially, you're either in the fight or flight state. So it's like you feel comfortable actually go ahead and transforming oneself to expand your circumstance situation, or you're in a state where you kind of want to run away from your transformation and be in a state where it's like, what I got going on behind the scenes, I just want to keep on having this same routine and pattern and kind of go ahead and work on things and be kind of stubborn about in certain aspects. Pardon me. Yeah, you kind of like stubborn about certain aspects to a point where you're in this misunderstanding, that 150-degree angle. So, like I say, the 8th house, the 6th house is both in a misunderstanding state. So like Cancer, going back to Cancer, they're in a state where they're in a 150-degree angle of misunderstanding. So they're in a state where it's like they want to initiate and create feeling comfortable about things, but at this point in time, it's not really about feeling comfortable. It's about kind of like fighting your your circumstance situation to expand, or you're in a state where you kind of want to just fly away and escape, so to speak. So like Cancer might realize that they're in a state where it's like, oh, I'm trying to feel comfortable about things, but it's really not about feeling comfortable at this point in time. It's really about expanding your circumstance situation and learning more. And Taurus may think like, dag, I know I'm consistent upon what I'm working on, but is it actually getting me anywhere? Like, so essentially you want to go ahead and expand your circumstance situation and learn more about what's going on behind the scenes at this point in time. So essentially you having transformation go on that leads to expansion or escaping. And escaping would be the lower octave. It's like you just want to kind of run away from your circumstance situation. And expansion would be the higher octave, to a point where it's like, I'm going to go ahead and fight for my right to party, so to speak. But yeah, moving forward, the Aries first house rising and ascendant is having the 9th house being a Sagittarius. And based on that circumstance situation, they're having the gift, right? The 120-degree angle. So they're having the gift to fight, I'm saying, to expand oneself, or they're flying away. I'm saying fight or flight kind of circumstance situation in their morality. So it's like you're fighting to learn more about your morality. And it's like, okay, is my actual belief beginning to, I'm saying, expand my circumstance situation where I'm learning more? And you know what I'm saying, or am I learning that I need to escape this certain morality? And it's like, that's how you can see yourself in the higher octave. You have the gift to be able to see that based on you being able to see character. So like Aries is their own character and their own individuality anyways. They go ahead and initiate and create their own vision. But essentially, based on the Sagittarius energy, they have the gift to be able to see things and see how they could actually work with the circumstance situation to kind of be more knowledgeable and wise. Like they can see your character to a point where it's like, okay, I see this individual in this certain morality, or seeing this certain kind of like religion, or like this belief, so to speak. So like they're already automatically going to be in this character. So essentially, you're seeing that this is actually a beneficial character to be in, or a non-beneficial character to be in. It's like, is this very wise? And should I continue to fly with this? You know what I'm saying? Or do I need to kind of fight my own morality and see like, okay, this is non-beneficial, so to speak. And moving forward, the Pisces first house rising and ascendant is having the 10th house being in Sagittarius. That's cool that you commented, but I don't really care about your take. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have your own take, go ahead and make your own channel, and maybe I'll watch. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you watching me, masculine G. You feel me? But yeah, like I say, Pisces first house rising and ascendant is having the 10th house being a Sagittarius, and the 10th house is all about your blueprint, your career, and your status. So essentially, you feel comfortable expanding on your status and learning more how to become more of the boss and actually benefit oneself, or you're escaping your status to a point where it's like, oh, dag, I know that I'm known for this certain aspect of life, but I don't actually want to be a part of that and things like that. You kind of want to escape that circumstance situation. So then moving forward, the Aquarius first house rising and ascendant. Well, pretty much to finish up Pisces, it's like if you in the higher octave, you feel comfortable expanding on your status and learning more to actually benefit your status and things of that nature. or you're on the lower octave to a point where it's like, what I'm known for, I don't actually want to be a part of that anymore. You asked a question. So I'm going to go ahead and read this again. Masculine G said, yada yada, not into this aspect. And it does bring the curiosity out of me. My take on it, I feel like, first of all, you feeling like a certain type of way don't really mean nothing. You can raise your frequency and attract more positive things and just being a truly genuine person. I don't really know what you're asking. You got to go ahead and leave the actual question, then I can maybe answer it. I'm saying, but getting back to what I'm saying, I'll answer all the other questions at the end of the live. I'm saying I'll go ahead after I break down everything. I'm saying, so right now we in Aquarius first house rising ascendant. So Aquarius in the first house is having Sagittarius in the 11th house, right? So this is a sextile, seeing the opportunity. And keep in mind, Pisces, to finish up y'all on a square, I'm saying, circumstance, situation, you're a learning process. 90-degree angle. I'm saying that 90-degree angle creates pressure. So it's like, so the Pisces actually want to learn, or they want to, I'm saying, kind of escape from learning. So yeah, getting back into Aquarius, right? They're in that certain aspect that they're able to see the opportunity, the sextile, 60-degree angle, right? So essentially you're able to see what kind of group you want to be a part of and see if this actual group that you're a part of is actually wise, and see like, okay, it's more wise to be a part of this group and I can actually benefit more from them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're actually more wise in this aspect of life. This is actually what I want to learn about. So essentially you're expanding or escaping your associates at this point in time. Or you're a part of this other group that you're like, dang, I'm actually more wise than all these individuals. But like it kind of goes back to that certain aspect of, if I listen to what they got to say, I'll know what they know and I'll know what I know as well. So it's like, even if you're in a group that's like not as intelligent as you, or like even not more intelligent than you are, I'm saying you could also kind of learn more about them and kind of learn how to like manipulate the circumstance situation. Keep in mind, Aquarius is like the scientist, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of like test things out and see how they could, I'm saying, manipulate the circumstance situation. So yeah, Aquarius is in this certain group they could actually benefit from, or they're in a group that's like, these people actually aren't very wise and things of that nature. So like, I'm actually kind of like not really benefiting from them. So it's like that certain aspect of learning what to be, seeing the opportunity of what a group or association to be a part of, or what public persona they should utilize to actually benefit. And last but not least, Capricorn first house rising and ascendant is having the 12th house being a Sagittarius, and the 12th house is all about your dreams, illusions, nightmares, faith, or also false beliefs. I'm saying, so your beliefs in oneself, but also your false beliefs as well. So essentially you're expanding or escaping faith in your dreams, or your faith in your illusions and nightmares. I'm saying, so Capricorn is in a state where they can actually expand, I'm saying, and learn more about their dream to a point where it's like, oh, dag, now that I've learned to expand in my circumstance and situation and not escape my dream, then I can actually benefit from it and, I'm saying, expand my faith, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read these questions, I'm saying. Read through the chat real quick and see what the questions were. I remember somebody asked something earlier. No, I ain't up church. You dig what I'm saying? But shout out to dude. I actually know somebody that listened to Up Church, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to that dude. I'm reading these comments, you know what I'm saying? So if you have any question, go ahead and leave it now and I'll be able to get to it just in a second, you dig? And dude said you're gonna rap about astrology. Yeah, essentially that's what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Based on you having a certain time that you record and things of that nature. That's like kind of like, you know, saying you having a certain rising sign based on your song. So like if you actually making music, at the end of the day, your song got a chart too, you know what I'm saying? So like you birthing a new song at the end of the day, that's like having a whole chart of its own. So it's like, think any artist knows that like whenever they put out a song, it's like having a child, you know what I'm saying? Or having a project go out, it's like having a child, you know what I'm saying? You have to like care for it and things of that nature. Dude said, can you make me a Monterreyer? No, I can't do that. But dude said, do I regret leaving the Amish life? You know what I'm saying? No, I've never been a part of the Amish. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, salute all everybody that's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for listening to the music. Like I say, the song was called If I Die Tonight, featuring Dirty Sanchez, and I got the music video out for that now. You know what I'm saying? That's on the newest project, Recreation in Progress. That's going to have, if I'm not mistaken, 16 tracks on that joint. But let me just double check real fast. Yeah, I got 16 tracks on that album. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to release maybe like 2 more videos, before I drop the whole joint, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Python P, got a couple beats, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Profound Beats as well, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the homie Shadow, you know what I'm saying? It's actually spelled XSJADO, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and tap in with him if you want some beats, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I'm sure he got some left over for y'all if y'all rapping and things of that nature. But yeah, pretty much just to like finish up what I'm breaking down with this astrology alignments, you know what I'm saying? In the astro weather. It's like we're in a state where we feel comfortable expanding or escaping. So essentially, if you want to expand yourself and learn more, then you kind of feel comfortable in that state. So it's like if you're open to learning more things, this is a perfect time for that. But essentially, if you're in a state where you kind of want to escape and things of that nature, you're kind of putting yourself in a hole to a point where it's like whenever the moon goes into Capricorn, you're not going to have nothing to work on, like nothing new to work on based on your knowledge and wisdom. And keep in mind, this is like the first quarter square to the actual new moon that we've been experiencing. So I'm saying the moon is at a half point. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to hit that full moon in Pisces. You know what I'm saying? So whenever it hits the full moon, that's technically like the second half. You know what I'm saying? The second quarter of the moon cycle. You know what I'm saying? And then whenever it hits the moon in Gemini, that'll be that third quarter square. And then whenever we get back to Virgo, you dig what I'm saying? Then it's about to be Libra season. So I'm saying, so essentially you want to go ahead and work on whatever's necessary and not worry about too much about what you're working on. Just go ahead and work on it. You know what I'm saying? Get the job done. You won't have to worry about getting the job done. You dig what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the whole energy with the Virgo. It's like you want to go ahead and work on what's beneficial to a point where you don't have to actually worry about getting it done. So it's like, perfect example, like Virgo likes to be real organized and real clean in their home and things of that nature, also in their work. So it's like, go ahead and organize things so you know where everything is at. You know what I'm saying? You could actually benefit from that circumstance situation in this Virgo season. And we're going to go ahead and finish up until 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So like the Virgo season, like you want to go ahead and organize your books in a certain alphabetical order. So whenever you want to find a certain book, you want to actually pull this out, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and give somebody a book or things like that. You can actually know exactly where it's at. Or it's like, you're saying if you're in a rush, then you can go ahead and just like go right to that spot where you know it's at. So like if you're not very organized, you know what I'm saying, the Virgo energy is going to get you organized. You want to go ahead and work on being organized to actually be in a beneficial circumstance situation during the Virgo season. Like for example, say you get up like a little bit later than you usually do and you got to be at a certain appointment. If you don't leave your keys, your wallet, and your, I'm saying, whatever else you need, like maybe your phone in a certain spot every day, you're going to have to running around your spot trying to figure out, oh, dang, where did I last have my phone? And that's ended up taking you more time. You know what I'm saying? You kind of less organized during the Virgo season. So it's like Virgo's pretty much getting you right. You know what I'm saying? You want to be more organized at this point in time to a point where you could actually continue to work on that routine and pattern throughout this season. You know what I'm saying? Then whenever it moves into Libra, you can actually see, okay, I have balance now. Because like whenever I bring somebody over to my home, I know exactly where everything is at. You know what I'm saying? I could actually be a little more calm, cool, and collected. Because like Libra is that state where it's like beneficial to the balance in the relationship and things of that nature. And if you're kind of a person that's all over the place, it's kind of hard for you to relate to other individuals. So it's like based on the second half of the zodiac, you dig what I'm saying? Think about like the first half of the zodiac, like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer is more of like the personable signs, right? And you think about Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, they're more of like the social signs, you know what I'm saying? And then you think about Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, they're more of like the ascendant signs. So it's like they're more in a state where it's like they already know how the world works. So they're already in a state where it's like, okay, I'm kind of more to myself and I know how to interact with the world, saying to actually be in a more beneficial state. So it's like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, they're going to be right up in your face telling you how it is. You dig what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, the Leo is kind of on the little cusp. Like the Leo just wants to shine and be able to be on the stage and see in the right light. So it's like they're in a state where they're kind of in between being a personal sign and a social sign. So they can be up in your face, but at the end of the day, they want to be liked. You know what I'm saying? But the Virgo is all about, you know what I'm saying, making things look good and have the good face card, so to speak. And Libra is also that same way. Like, they may actually talk slick about you. You know what I'm saying? You may think that they're saying good things, but at the end of the day, the way that they worded it, you know what I'm saying, just lets you know everything about them. You dig? And then if you look at the Scorpio, they're on that in between, you know what I'm saying, between being a social sign and being a more of an ascendant sign to a point where it's like the Scorpio may be a certain way in your face, but behind the scenes, they're actually being more secretive and seeing like your actually internal passions, and they actually know how to tap in to what you're actually interested in. If you look at the Sagittarius, they're in a space where it's more like, okay, I actually know based on your character and based on the knowledge and wisdom that you're spewing, I know what kind of state that you're in, so I know how to actually adapt to you and things of that nature. That's how like the Sagittarius works. The Capricorn, they're more in a state where it's like they're logical and practical, where they're actually able to see like, okay, whatever business you're in, I know that you're actually going to be more interested in these certain aspects. So it's like, say that you're an accountant and things of that nature, of course you're going to be interested in money, so they're going to have that money talk with you and things like that. And finishing up, Aquarius is like that scientist, like I mentioned earlier. They're in a state where they're like, okay, I go ahead and test this certain aspect out in this group, and if it actually benefits this group, I'm saying I know how to go about things in an overarching circumstance situation. So they're in a state where they're able to see what group is interacting where, you know what I'm saying? So like they'll say certain things around certain groups, but not around everybody. You dig what I'm saying? But the Gemini will just say whatever they want anywhere. You dig what I'm saying? The Libra's kind of in between. They're like, I know that won't really balance the circumstance situation, but Aquarius is already knowing how you're going to react and respond. And the Pisces is like the secret magi. You dig what I'm saying? They're able to actually see, okay, based on the certain emotion that you're in and the certain circumstance situation that you've been a part of, I actually know how to be more wise about going about you and things like that. So like Pisces is more like the most secretive sign of all. You dig what I'm saying? And like they're the most behind the scenes, almost more than Scorpio. You dig what I'm saying? Cody said they need more Sagittarius in their life. I'm saying, just go ahead and tap in my channel. I'm a Sagittarius sun, so you get all the Sagittarius you need. Got almost 500 videos. You dig what I'm saying? You could watch me all day. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much breaking it all down. Like the Pisces is like that ascendant sign. But to finish up, they're in a state where they're able to adapt to the knowledge and wisdom that you're a part of, and they're actually able to see, oh, what dream do they want to be a part of? So yeah. Peace and love, you believe in all that. Thank y'all for watching. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead and support the movement you do be in tune with. And you go ahead and hit my Cash App, CONSCIOUS1347. And then you could also hit me in the email at conscious1347@gmail.com. That's in the description. And like I say, my Cash App is in the actual about. Like I just iterated it, CONSCIOUS1347. That's the Cash App. And then my Gmail, my email. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to get a reading, if you had any questions about any of the lives that I do and things of that nature, go ahead and email me. And if you want to get a chart or anything like that, I got a menu for you. Saying once you email me, I'll send that right back. So yeah, that's CONSCIOUS1347@gmail.com. And Cody D asked a question. You know what I'm saying? He said, what about a Taurus? I already broke down Taurus, but Taurus is dealing with Sagittarius in the 8th house. So like I said, they got transformation leading to expansion or escaping. So essentially, you either want to work on yourself and transform yourself and do the shadow work at this point in time to be in a more beneficial state. But yeah, we out this thing. You know what I'm saying? Salute all y'all. Much love. Peace and love. You believe in all that. You dig?